What's up, guys? It's Juan here. Today I'll be going over how to identify and play rising and falling wedges. I'm using market structure and trend lines. Today I'm taking a look at SPY, 3-minute chart. Let me go ahead and just put this diagram up of what I constitute as a falling wedge. This is just a diagram of what it is. You have the starting point followed by a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, followed by that impulsive move, right? That impulsive break, which is the main break that you're really looking for within this falling wedge pattern. But there's actually two ways that you can play this. You can play this as a continuation to the downside and the reversal, right? Let me go ahead and pull up this diagram. Let's go ahead and take a look at this falling wedge here, right? So we have the starting point. You have the starting point up here, followed by a lower low, a lower high, a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, a lower low here. But what do you fail to do, right? You fail to create a lower high followed by that lower low. What actually happens is that it breaks to the upside, breaks the most recent lower high, right? Giving you that higher high, giving you that higher high here, letting you know that hey, this is bound to change character. It just broke one, look for the other one, right? You got to break one and reject one. So here we have it creating a higher low, which now here is giving us like, okay, this is definitely changing character, and you can continue this to the upside here. You have the breakout, you have the retest, letting you know, hey, it's retesting this breakout here, letting you confirm it. Because for these breakouts, what I do also look for is the 3 touches on the trend line here, right? You want those 3 touches for you to be able to confirm a breakout of that trend line, right? So here we have it, that impulsive move, and hey, where can I target from this move, right? From this pattern, what can you target? You can target these liquidity areas in this area, right? Because on bullish structure, you're looking for the supply liquidity, right? Which are these zones up here. Yes, it's great to get a move like this, right? But you're not really looking for this move. You're looking for to go for these liquidity areas within this pattern, right? Sometimes you don't really get all the way up here. You might get up here and just fail down, right? But it's still within that pattern, and it's giving you these liquidity areas for you to be able to go ahead and scale out and take profit on, which is here, right? In the change of character. You're looking for the supply liquidity areas. You're getting that change of character down here, which I find to be the best entry, in my opinion, when it does come to these wedges, for like this falling wedge here. You can definitely take this breakout, right? But if you know that it has to come right back down to give that confirmation touch to this zone of the breakout, you can definitely just go ahead and let this impulsive move happen, let it create a higher low, and be able to take this to the upside, right? And this is the best way to capitalize on these falling wedges. Alrighty, now that we have taken a look at a falling wedge, let's go ahead and take a look at a rising wedge and how to identify and also play that using market structure and trend lines, right? Let me pull up this diagram here of what I constitute as a rising wedge. What it is, it's basically a bullish structure continuation pattern within itself, followed by that impulsive reversal, right? So you're getting that continuation to the upside, creating the starting point here, fire, followed by a higher high, a higher low, higher high, higher low here, another higher high. But what does it fail to do? It fails to hold a higher low, right? What it actually does is that it breaks it, right? It also fails, for instance, here. For this to continue up, we want to see this here and push to the upside, right? That's to continue this bullish structure. But what it actually does is that it breaks out of this trend line and it reverses, right? It gives you that impulsive move, which is that reversal that you're looking for within this pattern. You can play this as a continuation, but you can definitely capitalize much more on it within this impulsive move of the break, right? Let me go ahead and take that out and pull these up. Small little characteristics that I like to look for. Once again, like the falling wedge, With a rising wedge, what you are looking for is you're looking for those three touches of that trend line to be able to break it. Here we have the starting point. So for instance, it gives you that higher high followed by that higher low. Here, what we actually don't see is it doesn't give us that higher high up here. What this actually is doing is basically breaking out from this pattern, which is a double bottom, right? This is that double bottom pattern that it's giving you here, right? You got the neckline, the first bottom, the second bottom. So with these patterns, you're getting from an impulsive move. That's what creates that rising wedge, right? So now that we have this constituted in here and looked at, just be mindful of why it's happening here. Here you're getting that structure change happening for that double bottom, right? Here you're getting that higher low to the upside, right? That's just the continuation pattern that you're taking to build this rising wedge, right? So now that we have this out the way of this change of character here happening to the upside from this previous movement here, now what we are looking for is that continuation, right? You're looking for that higher high, a higher low, a higher high, a higher low. And what we actually get here is we actually go ahead and get that change of character in this area, which is where that breakout is happening of that rising wedge, which is basically that funneling bullish structure happening. And here you have that retest area, exactly how we talked about in that falling wedge. You're looking for that retest of that area. You can definitely take that impulsive move to the downside here, but it's best to wait for that retracement or that consolidation within this area here to get the best entries, right? Because you're still going to come right back up and touch it and give that lower high for that change of character happening to the downside. So going from this bullish structure momentum to this bearish structure momentum, right? And hey, where can I target? Where can I target this rising wedge, right? You're looking for these liquidity areas down here for these demand zones, right? Because this is where that liquidity is, right? You can get these areas. It's great to get this move down here, right? But you're not really looking for all this. You're looking for these areas of liquidity, right? In a bearish structure, you're looking for demand zones, right? That's what it is. Most of the times, you won't necessarily get the whole move down here, right? But that's where you can target for in regards to the breakdown of this rising wedge. You won't always get it, right? But it gives you these zones for you to be able to get your liquidity and take that out, right? Take your profits, right? Take that liquidity and don't and run with it, right? That's the best way to say it. Don't necessarily hold this whole move. Don't expect for this whole move. Rather, just scale out within these areas and be able to capitalize within that impulsive move to the downside. And these are just two ways that you can play the continuation side of this rising wedge, followed by that impulsive bearish side to the downside here, which is that reversal to look for within this rising wedge. And these are just the things that I look for within rising wedges and falling wedges. Structure-wise, in this one, we did get this double bottom, letting us know that, hey, we're going to get that impulsive up, making it that rising wedge to then come right back down and get the impulsive move right back down to these demand zones here.